Good morning, Magic players and card collectors of all kinds. Welcome back to the channel, sitting outside of a Dollarama. So, doing that, and it being Tuesday, I thought, why not pick up a few packs of Dollarama Draws of Destiny! I have 5 packs of Destiny fresh from the store. I figured we'd crack some packs in the car because I have no idea what my dad's up to and I'm not in the mood to try and deal with this nonsense today. So I'm going to crack probably the first 2 or 3 and then put a break in this video so that we can put some Kaiba stuff in there for you guys. And then I will, of course, finish the packs. Hopefully we can pull a cool legendary. Hopefully we can pull something neat for a mono black deck that I need to build for Commander Core Creator Challenge. If you missed the announcement, we are doing Gix, the Praetor. I can't remember the exact name of it off the top of my head. I apologize. But yeah, it's a pretty cool legendary, and I'm pretty stoked to try and build a deck around it. Rix Mahdi Guildmage. Black, red for a 2/2. Pay black, red. Target blocking creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Or pay black, red. Target player who lost life this turn loses another life. Sucks to be that player. That actually seems like a really cool card. I don't know what deck I want to put that into, but I think that's really neat. Tormented Soul. Can't block and is unblockable. Pretty good for a ninja deck. Make a Stand. 2 and a white. Creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain indestructible until end of turn. This pack is fire so far, guys. I'm liking this one. Nantuko Husk. 2 and a black for a 2/2 zombie insect. Sacrifice a creature. This thing gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Okay. It's a decent sack outlet, I suppose. Voldaran Duelist. That would be the first one that's probably not that. Ooh. Sorry, guys. That's probably the first card that isn't super great on this list. When it enters the battlefield, target creature can't block this turn. Costs a lot to put in a 3/2, but it does have haste. That said, I would probably put that to the bottom. I think that's the worst card so far. So far, the best card is definitely going to be that Make a Stand, I think. Skyraker Giant. 2 and 2 red for a 4/3 with reach. That's decent. My understanding is a lot of giants don't have reach, so I will actually take that. I would rather a 3/4, but still, as we all know. 1, a green, and a white for a Dauntless Escort. Sacrifice it and creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. Nice. It's a 3/3. I like that. I'm good with that. It goes into the top. Salvage Scuttler. When this thing attacks, return target artifact you control to its owner's hand. It's a 4/4 for 4 to blue. Yeah, okay. Not terrible. Not amazing, but not terrible. Incendiary Flow. 1 in a red. Deals 3 damage to target creature or player. If a creature dealt damage this way would die, it gets exiled. Dece. Costs 2 for a sorcery. I'm okay with that. Consuming Sinkhole. 3 in a red for an instant with Devoid. Choose 1. Exile target land creature. Or Consuming Sinkhole deals 4 damage to target player. Interesting. Very specific. Moorland Drifter. Has flying as long as there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard. It's a 2/2 for 1 and a white. Interesting. Fork in the Road. Search your library for up to 2 basic lands. Reveal them, put 1 into your hand and the other into your graveyard, then shuffle your library. I like that. That's pretty solid. Opt is always a solid card to pull. Just making sure there wasn't 2 cards there. Nope. Nature's Embrace. Enchant creature or land for 2 and a green. As long as the enchanted permanent is a creature, it gets +2/+2. And as long as the enchanted permanent is a land, it has tap, add 2 mana of any color. Neat. Any one color, but still. That's actually pretty neat. I like that. And Gigastorm Titan. 4 and a blue for a 4/4 that costs 3 less to cast if you cast another spell this turn. Okay. I mean, we got some pretty solid stuff in that first pack, guys. Cannot complain too much about what we pulled there. Best card, probably still Make a Stand, but that Escort is good too. And I mean, yeah, lots of good hits. All right, pack number 2 coming at you. What do we have? I don't know. We'll find out when we get on with the show. Doing this video also gives me a good chance to calm down a bit from work because my ADHD has me wound and I really shouldn't drive when I'm hyper. It is not the best thing for me to do that. 1 and a white for a 3/1. Can't be blocked by artifact creatures. Yeah, not good. Undercity Shade, 4 and a black for a 1/1 with fear. And pay black, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. I mean, if it wasn't 4 and a black, that's a damn expensive card. Make a stand. Creatures you control get +1/+0 and indestructible. Yay. Shard of Broken Glass. Equipped creature gets +1/+0. Whenever an equipped creature attacks, you may put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. Interesting. Incendiary Flow a second time. Can't complain about that. Gale Strike. 2 and a blue. Return target tapped creature to its owner's hand and then draw a card. Okay. Ooh, Consuming Aberration. Aw, man. Somebody parked right in my light. Really? You suck. 3, a blue, and a black. This thing's power and toughness are each equal to the number of cards in your opponent's graveyards. When you cast a spell, each opponent reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a land card and puts all those cards into their graveyard. That is a huge hit. Hungry Flames. Deals 3 damage to target creature and 2 damage to target player. Yeah, okay. It is instant speed, so that's not bad. Sinister Cryologist. When this creature enters, target opponent gets minus. Target creature an opponent controls gets -3/-0 until end of turn, and it has a warp. Glaring Aegis. 1 white enchant creature. When this enters the battlefield, tap target creature an opponent controls, and the enchanted creature gets +1/+3. Nice. Apothecary Geist, straight to the bottom. Watcher in the Web. 4 and a green, reach. This thing can block an additional 7 creatures each come. Ooh, nice. I remember pulling one of these before, and I thought it was amazing. I'm glad I have a second copy now. Boros Elite. 1 white for a 1/1. When this thing and at least 2 other creatures attack, this thing gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Glassworks and Shattered Yard. When you unlock this door, this room deals 4 damage to target creature and opponent controls. At the beginning of your end step, this room deals 1 damage to each opponent. I like the second half. First half's kind of eh. Ooh, and we got a Galvanizing Saw Ship. That's pretty cool. 5 and a red for a station. Does nothing when it comes into play. But once you get 3 counters on it, it becomes a Flying Haste 6/5. So, I mean, as long as you can tap something with power 3 or greater as this comes into play, yeah. It is going to be pretty kick-ass. All right, well, I'm going to put a pause here instead, and I'm going to move because the lighting got screwed over by this jerk who parked beside me. So, yeah. Anyways, see you in a bit.
welcome. And no Takis fans, good luck. No Takis Fuego chicken sandwich only at Wendy's.
This is the story of Gavin, an amateur topiarist who became such a viral sensation that he changed careers and never looked back. Another decision he didn't second guess, getting manually covered with health and dental insurance. Prescription allergy pills? Covered. Physiotherapy after a top damn sure. Covered. With comprehensive coverage from Manual and Cover Me, you can get on with whatever life looks like. Call 1-877-COVER-ME or coverme.com to get a quote today.
And we're back. I'm not sure what I threw in there for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed whatever Puggy content we had though. And now it's time to continue with these other 3 packs. I've moved the car away from the guy who needed to park beside me for whatever reason. And is just chilling there, playing with his phone. He's not even like going in a store or anything. He's just being weird. I suppose the same could be said about me. But that's not the case. Ooh, we got pacifism right off the bat. Snoop's going to like that. I think the art on that one's actually pretty cool. What do you think, Snoop? I think that might be my favorite pacifism artwork so far. Timeo's completion. 3 in a blue flash enchant artifact, creature or planeswalker. When this thing enters the battlefield, tap the enchanted permanent. If it's an equipment, unattach it. The enchanted permanent loses all abilities and doesn't untap during its controller's unstep. So, nice. That's a huge hit. Memory drain. 2 and 2 blue, counter target spell, and scry 2. Sure. Geez. 2 pacifisms in the same pack. I definitely like this artwork better than this one. But that one's pretty cool too. I'm not gonna lie. Apothecary guys, boo. Deranged Assistant. Tap to mill a card and add colorless. 1 in a blue to put into play? Yeah, that's pretty decent. Sungrass Prairie, our first land of the day. Pay 1 and tap to get a green and a white. Not bad. Rooftop Nuisance, 2 in a blue, casualty 1. Tap target creature, doesn't untap during its controller's untap step, draw a card. Yeah. Moorland Drifter again. Yeah. Peregrine Beckoner, 4 in a black for a 4/5. When this creature enters until end of turn, another target creature you control gets +2/+0 and gains when this creature dies, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control. Neat. It does have Warp 1 in a black too, which is not bad. You know what? I'm going to give you a top spot up there too. Why not? You can go the top half. Revealing Wind. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. You may look at each face-down creature that's attacking or blocking. Nice. I like that. Foundry Inspector. Artifact spells cost 1 less to cast. Nice. Pretty good. Pretty good. Survive the Night. 2 in a white. Target creature gets +1/+0 and gains indestructible until end of turn. Investigate. Alright. Anchor to the Ether. 2 in a blue. Target creature. Put target creature on top of its owner's library, then scry 1. I mean, if you put your own creature on top of your library, I suppose you can send it to the graveyard if you really want to. Why do people keep parking next to me? What is it with these spots today? Oh! Alright. I'm going to put it on pause. I'm going to find somewhere else to park. Hey! Hopefully, for the love of all that's good and holy, nobody is going to park next to me now. I am literally in the middle of absolute nowhere, and there's nothing open beside me. If somebody parks me now, they are just totally a dick. Pack number 4. So far, no legendary. I'm worried we're gonna not hit our that our streak is gonna get ended here today. That would be disappointing. Hopefully, I'm wrong. So far, it's not looking super good. I put that one on backwards. There we go. Into the pile over there. Okay. Alright, we got ourselves. Pack number 4. What's in store? Hopefully something good for us. Core Sanctifiers. 2 and a white for a 2/3 with a kicker white. When this thing enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Interesting. I kind of like that, actually. It's not bad. Favor of Jukai. 3 and a green. Enchant artifact or creature as long as the enchanted permanent is a creature. It gets +3/+3 and has reach. Then why would I enchant an artifact? 1 and a green. Discard this thing and target creature gets +3/+3 and reach until end of turn. Alright. Pious Wayfarer. 1 white for a 1/2. Whenever enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Warped Landscape. Tap to add colorless, or pay 2, tap, sacrifice, search your library for a basic land card and put it onto the battlefield. Ooh, any basic land card. That's really cool. That's a solid land pull, guys. Another Shard of Broken Glass. It's okay. Elvish Doomsayer. 1 and a black for a 1/1. When this thing dies, each opponent discards a card. That's fun. I do like making people discard. Legendary! Woo, woo, woo! Clement the Worrywart. 1, a green, and a blue for a 3/3 with Vigilance. Whenever this or another creature you control enters, return up to 1 target creature you control with lesser mana value to its owner's hand. Frogs you control have tapped to add green or blue. Spend this mana only to cast a creature spell. Nice. That might be the commander I use for the frog deck. I really do want to build a frog deck at some point. Chrome Cat. 3 for a 3/2. When it enters the battlefield, scry 1. Not terrible. I'll put it up there with the Warped Landscape and the stuff. But I mean, I think Warped Landscape and the Frog are clearly the best hits in this pack so far. Oreplate Pangolin. 1 and a red for a 2/2. Whenever another artifact you control enters, you may pay 1. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. I mean, I suppose that's actually decent. Why not? Revealing Wind. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to you this turn. You may... Yay, another copy of that. Nice. Apothecary Geist. Boo. Survive the Night. Yeah. Anchor to the Ether. I'm going to put that one to the bottom this time. Huron of Hope. If you would gain life, you would gain that much +1 instead. Pay 1 and a white to give this thing lifelink until end of turn. It is a 2/3 with flying for 4. 3 and a white. It's decent. For everything it does, it's decent. And Biosynthetic Burst. 1 and a green. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It gains reach, trample, and indestructible. Whoa! That's a good card. I still think the Toad might be the best, but those top 4 are really solid in that pack. Alright, last pack. I want to make sure I have space in the phone for being able to make the video afterwards, so hopefully I can get through this quick. And then we will get on with it. Oop. Okay, here we go. Sweatworks Brawler. 3 and a red for a 3/3 with Improvise and Menace. Not terrible. Vigor Mortis. 2 and 2 black. Return target creature card from your graveyard to play. If green was spent to play Vigor Mortis, that creature comes into play with a +1/+1. Nice. Malfeld Twins. 5 and a black for a 4/4 zombie. When this thing dies, create 2 2/2 black zombie creature tokens. Nice. Death Cultist. Sacrifice Death Cultist. Target player loses a life and you gain a life. Okay, it's 1 and a black. I can do that. Another Warped Landscape. Hell yes. Inspiring Roar. 3 and a white. Put a +1/+1 counter in each. This pack is fire. Sylvan Scavenging. 1 and 2 green. At the beginning of your end step, choose 1. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Create a 3/3 green raccoon creature token if you control a creature with power. Heck yes. Oh, I grabbed 2. Rogue Refiner. 1 green, blue. When this thing enters the battlefield, draw a card and you get 2 energy. Okay. It's a 3/2. It's decent. Garruk's Companion. 2 green for a 3/2 with trample. Okay. Blinding Mage. 1 and a white for a 1/2 with pay white, tap target creature. Okay. Vol'dran Duelist. Meh. Keeper of the Lens. 1 for a 1/2. You can look at face down creatures you don't control. Nice. That's a good one. Survive the night again. And, oh, anchor to ether. And another galvanizing saw ship. Nice. Cool. All right, well, I'm going to say hit of the day goes to probably the Frog Commander, but I mean, the 2 warped landscapes are great, and we got a lot of stuff that prevents battle damage today, too, which is awesome. In the meantime and between time, I'm going to cap it off there for you guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode of DOLLARAMA Draws of Destiny! I apologize for being a little bit salty with the people being parked beside me. I just want to give you guys the best quality content. From Kaiba home and I to you, take care. Love you all, and have a great Tuesday. Bye!